For several years now, Africa's largest exporter of crude oil has been relying on imported refined products to meet local demand for things like gasoline, kerosene and diesel. Hopefully, though, that will change as the country is moving to restart the operations of its 4 state-owned refineries by the end of this year. The government is test running at least one of those refineries in the southern city of Port Harcourt. CGTN's Deji Bademosi has the details.
The Port Harcourt Refinery is the biggest government-owned refinery in Nigeria. Comprising 2 units of a combined capacity of 210,000 barrels per day, the refinery was shut down in 2019 for the first phase of a $1.5 billion repair work project, which has now been completed with a test run of the facility.
The mechanical part is completed, and this is the beginning of, the completion of not just this Port Harcourt Refinery, phase 1 and 2, but the one for Warri and then the one in Kaduna, so that we'll be able to benefit from this massive investment that the country has made.
The Nigerian government says it is determined to not only end petrol imports, but to also make the country a net exporter of petroleum products by the end of this year. It says its 2 other refineries will come back on stream by the last quarter of the year. In addition to all of this, the 650,000 barrels per day privately owned Dango Refinery has now been supplied with crude, and the first batch of petroleum products are due out of the refinery by the end of January.
When we are done with our own refineries and the Dango Refinery, very many other small initiatives that we are doing, small, modular, condensate refineries that we are building, if that happens, and we are very optimistic it will happen, you will see that this country will now be a net exporter. As a matter of fact, it will be a hub of export of petroleum products, not just to the West African sub-region, but to the rest of the world. This will happen. The flow of supply will change.
So far, the government is walking the talk. Things are gradually coming together, and the horizon looks bright.
Presently, there is no fuel being produced in Nigeria at all. So, the fact that whatever product that the refineries start to produce will back out the imported fuel, and that will have some positive impact on the Nigerian economy. And then in terms of availability, so all this will start to have some changes, positive changes in favor of Nigeria and Nigerian consumers.
The management of the Dango Refinery has said it will start with the production of diesel and aviation fuel and operate at about half its capacity before gradually ramping up production to its full capacity, as well as produce refined petrol. As for the Port Harcourt Refinery, the government says the refinery will start with 60,000 barrels of crude per day before hitting its 210,000 capacity by the end of the year. Deji Bademosi, CGTN, Lagos, Nigeria.